Okay. You know what, guys? Let me tell you something. This is so much more fun to sit here now that I've met so many of y'all. It totally changes just my whole perception. Hey guys, what's up? It's good to see you guys. Hey, so check this out. Here's what I'm going to do on this video. I'm going to show you a slideshow. I took a lot of images from Grand Junction, and then I kind of paired them with other images that you've already seen. For example, sorry about all the light. There's a glare coming in from the window behind me, but that'll be gone shortly. So anyway, in Grand Junction, I photographed just the outward manifestation of the spiritual world in Grand Junction to show you how it's identical to other stuff that I've already shown you. For example, let me show you something in this slideshow real quick. So let's see. Hang on one sec. So in the slideshow, right here, this is a statue that was outside the hotel I stayed at. And this is a guy hugging a girl and they're kissing on the other side. But this is the girl's head, but that's a reptile. There's the eye of the reptile right there. There's the nose. This is the bottom jaw. They use the shadow arts. So this is a reptile right here. Her hair makes a reptile. And then the next picture you'll see is the reptile in audience hall in the Vatican. And so during this slideshow, you'll see similar images that you've already seen coupled together with images from Grand Junction. Because I documented just some of the local outward manifestations of the spiritual world just to show you it's all the same. Everywhere you go, it's all the same. So anyway, I'm going to play a slideshow for you. And then I'm going to give you a testimony because I documented on these cell phones. I documented my trip up there, which I've already played for you guys, like stopping by Jory Lamb and Thomas Lamb's house and the supernatural stuff that happened going up there. But wait till you see the supernatural stuff that happened coming home. It's unbelievable. The Lord actually took me to a place called Eden. I'm not kidding. And I had no idea I was going there. I literally looked up and it said Eden 42 miles or something. I'm like, what? So anyway, I'll give you guys this testimony. And the Lord told me I had to stop at the city limits of Eden and give and record it at the city limits in front of the sign. I had Kat on the phone at the time. So I documented everything before it happened. So I had proof that, hey, the Lord's telling me I got to stop at Eden. I've got to document myself in front of the city limit sign. And I was like, wonder what that's all about. Wait till y'all see it. It's so exciting. So anyway, and then today, the Lord told me I had to go down to the alley and put on the same skydiving outfit I had in Grand Junction. And I'm sure most people didn't notice, and I'm kind of glad. But that skydiving outfit I had in Grand Junction, the Lord told me to have "Game Over" embroidered on it, and I didn't think I'd ever wear that jumpsuit, in front of a public crowd. I thought it would only be at the drop zone where I train, where I'm jumping these days. So I really didn't think I'd be wearing it, but it says "Game Over" right on the belt man on the back. It says "Game Over," and the word "over" is upside down. And today, my earnest prayer, guys, was, Father, would you please just edify me and show me that this is over, that it's time's up. You had me put the chess pieces down on the board in Grand Junction, and the king and the queen, the black king and the queen stuck together, and the white king was standing up, and it's at the corner of Rainbow and Casimir. Casimir means to take the glory from another king in battle. It was just so wild. It was so prophetic that the king and the queen stuck right side up, upside down, on the chessboard out there, and those weren't even the right pieces for that chessboard. It's just so wild. But anyway, I documented all this stuff. So I'm going to show you this little slideshow right now. And then after the slideshow, I'm going to show you the little videos I documented, like going home, and the card that the Lord had me buy before I even left town The night before I left town, the Lord told me while I was going out with cat food from the store, I heard the Lord say, go over and pick out a card from, where they sell all the greeting cards. And I just thought, that is so weird. Go pick out a card. And I was in a really big hurry to get home and get my rest of my packing done. So I just went over there and I just reached over and I grabbed the card and I looked at it. I'm like, it said, you're retiring. And I was hoping I wouldn't come back from Grand Junction. Honestly, I was hoping Grand Junction was the end of it. So anyway, when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and I just threw it in my car on the console, and then this card was on my console driving home from Grand Junction. Wait till you see what happened. So anyway, here comes the slideshow, and then I'll give you these testimonies, and I'll give you the testimony from the alley just a little while ago. Game over. Just wait. It's going to be fun. It's so cool to do videos like this, and having met so many of y'all now, I feel connected. I feel super connected. All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun. Watch this video. This will blow your mind. Here we go. I'm going to interrupt the slideshow real quick. That's the card that I picked up the night before I left San Antonio. The Lord told me just pick a card, take it with you. I'm like, what? And I was in a hurry. I was like, whatever. I don't understand what that's all about, but okay, I'll get this one. And I just really ran over there and just grabbed the card. I'm like, okay, retirement. That sounds great. I'll see. So here's the story behind this. I hadn't really looked at this card at all. It hadn't had any significance whatsoever, except I thought maybe the Lord's like, hey, you're retiring. And so anyway, I went and did the whole Grand Junction thing, the whole event. And when I left Grand Junction, guys, I didn't leave till 3 p.m. on not the 8th, but the 9th. 3 p.m. on the 9th is when I left Grand Junction. That's really a late start. I was planning on leaving at 8 in the morning. I got a really late start. And I told Michael and Brielle, I said, I'm gonna drive as far as I can and just see where it goes. So I told one of my phones, I said, Siri, plot a course to San Antonio, Texas. And I just put that off and let it plot the course. And normally I would have looked at a map and I would have looked at, okay, here's the main highway. And my brain would have said, go to that main highway that you know and then do that. But instead I just said, Siri, plot a course to San Antonio, Texas. That's it. Just hit go. So I just followed it. Let me tell you something, guys. I got to see the most scenic, beautiful route. I was like, I was just in awe of my route because I lived in Aspen a long time ago. I taught skiing in Aspen. And I've driven, through Colorado a little bit. But this trip driving back through Colorado was staggering. It was so beautiful. And I was at such a time of the day that the sun and everything, I mean, it was staggeringly beautiful. And I was just in awe of my drive. I was just thinking, this is just amazing. Well, part of that drive, I was on the phone with Billy Lojak, the guy that was the ground crew there at the landing zone where we jumped. And so Billy said, well, how's it going, bud? And I said, well, it's going pretty good. I'm taking this beautiful drive, Billy. It's amazing. And I was looking out over this lake, and there was a boat. Look, I think it was a sailboat. And there was a couple boats, just like two. But it was a huge lake, and it was just pristine. And I'm just sitting there going like, wow, what a beautiful drive. This is so nice. And Billy's on the phone. And I'm telling Billy, yeah, it's a beautiful drive, Billy. This is amazing. And he goes, well, just go with the flow, Johnny, and enjoy the scenery. And I open up this card. Let me show you what it says. It says, take it easy, enjoy the scenery, and go with the flow. And it's a boat on a lake. And know that wherever retirement takes you, good wishes go with you too. But I'm sitting there listening to Billy say, well, go with the flow and enjoy the scenery. And I open this thing up and learn. So I pull over and I photograph it. And I pull over and I take this card and I hold it out in front of me. And I photograph the words on the card with the beautiful scenery to memorialize what happened. Okay, let's go back to the slideshow. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to pause it again. I'm going to pause it right here. Okay, so I drove all the way to Amarillo from Grand Junction, Amarillo, Texas. I got there at about 3:30 a.m. and I was exhausted. I was like, oh, I got to sleep, otherwise I'm going to wreck. So I pulled off. I got a little teepee motel, and I got up at 8 in the morning. And I told Siri, plot a course to San Antonio, Texas. And so I just start following where Siri's taking me, and now I'm in Texas, so I should recognize the names of towns. I should recognize highways and stuff like that. I'm not recognizing anything. And I'm just going like, where am I? And I'm on these two-lane roads, and I'm like, this is weird. I don't recognize this highway. And so I don't have a map where I can kind of reference everything. I just have the plotted course, on my MapQuest thing. So anyway, so I'm driving along and I'm thinking, I wonder where in the heck I'm really at, like in relation to any highways I might know. And I have no clue. So I'm going along and I look up and I see a sign that says something like Eden 42. And I'm like, Eden, what the heck? That's bizarre. Now, guys, that window right behind me where all that light's coming in, right here, that's a picture. That's like a piece of art. It's plexiglass, and I put spray paint on it, and with a 7.5-inch grinder, I grinded images. And you can't do detail with a 7.5-inch grinder. You can only do like figures and motions. And so I put me and Lou, Jonathan and Eleuthera, in the Garden of Eden right there. And that's what's in that window. Well, when George was working for me, the Lord told me, put plexiglass over it that says V for vengeance. And I was like, that is so weird. Why would I do that? And here we are at the V for Vengeance event in Grand Junction. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. So, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, maybe longer, I put that plexiglass over it where it says V for Vengeance. And it's on top of the Garden of Eden with Jonathan and Lou, my girlfriend that became my wife, the one that was with me the night I got saved. That's what that piece of art is. Okay, now I'm driving into Eden, Texas, and I've never been to Eden, Texas. I don't even know where Eden, Texas is. And I'm like, that's weird. And so I call Kat on the phone, and I'm like, hey, Kat, you're not going to believe this. I'm going into Eden, Texas. And I hear the Lord say, document it. Like, photograph the sign. And I'm like, that's so weird. And so here comes a sign, and I click it. It says Eden 21. And I say, hey, Kat, look up 21 in the Strongs. And while she's looking it up, I hear the Lord say, you need to stop when you get to the outskirts of Eden, and you need to document your arrival. And I'm on the phone with Kat, and I'm like, this is so weird, Kat. Eden's coming up, and the Lord's telling me I got to stop at the city limits and document myself in front of the sign that says Eden City Limits. And so Kat and I are postulating. We're kind of cracking jokes. I'm like, what's he going to say? Welcome back to Eden, or hey, here, your return trip to Eden, whatever. So we're kind of making jokes like, I wonder what it's going to say. So anyway, I pull up. First sign says Eden 21. And then that means exaltation and joy going into Eden. And then I get to Eden and I take a picture. I do a little video. And I do a video, and in front of Eden, the sign, it says population 2766. And I hear the Lord say, look up the population. Now, in the Bible, the number. Now, I know that just sounds crazy, guys, but you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so this entire ministry, the entire thing, I mean, it's on this shirt. There's a right side up, upside down triangle. Game over. This entire ministry is about one thing. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. And the Lord God showed me the potter's clay is that which he formed in Genesis 2, not Genesis 1, not the apostate Genesis 1, where Elohim said, let us create man in our vain show, representative figure, especially an idol. No. Genesis 2 is the Lord God formed as a potter Adam from the clay. So surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. That's what this whole ministry is based on. And every step of faith I've taken along the way, including the Grand Junction thing, has all been these works of faith. Laying hands on people that are blind in one eye. Laying hands on Jory and Thomas Lamb. They both get their good report right after reading Hebrews 11. Good report. By it, the elders obtained a good report by faith. And so anyway, all these miracles have been just following this ministry. So when I pull up and I'm standing there in front of this sign for Eden, and I've got the video of it, that'll be in the next video I do for you guys. I'll take all the little video clips and I'll put them all together. That's the next video after this one. So anyway, so I document it. It says 2766 behind me. And the Lord says, look it up. It means consecrated and potter's clay. Yeah. It's like, well, what do you think the consecration was? Well, how are we consecrated? Through faith. Well, I just got through leaving Grand Junction and doing this V for Vengeance skydive, with a big red X that it makes on the parachute. Madonna did her teams come up from the pit with a big X on her. So Madonna works for her team, the other side. I work for the Lord's team, here, the Lord God side. I'm jumping out of the sky with a parachute with a big red X. Madonna's coming up from the pit with a big X. You can't even make this stuff up. It's like, wait. And now I'm stopping in front of Eden. And the Lord's saying, you have to stop at the city limit. I documented it before I ever pulled in. So I have all that on video, and I'm going to share that with you. But these pictures you're seeing in the slideshow, this is me stopping in front of the sign of Eden and documenting it. Okay, so watch this. Let's go back. There it is. Eden 21. By the way, the Lord said, look up Menard. It means brave. It means brave and like stalwart and brave, like willing to do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, gotta pause it again. Here we go. You see that big mural on the wall, on that giant wall? And I have this on video too. You're going to get to see the video of this. That giant wall is Eve in the garden. But guess what? Adam's not with her. There's a big trophy buck with her. You know what that's painted on? It's on a taxidermy shop. I'm not joking. And a meat processing plant. Like hunted for dinner. Yeah, you couldn't even make this up. That mural right there is painted on a taxidermy and venison processing plant, and it's Eve in the garden. That represents us, guys. That's so crazy. Anyway, okay, let's keep going. I just wanted to tell you what you're looking at. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. Now look, let me just show this to you. This is This is what's in the window right behind me. Okay, that thing that's on the counter right there. I took some pictures of it in the other room. That's what's in the window behind me. This image, this thing right here. This lit up colored thing. That's the back of my head right here. That's the back of my head, my neck and shoulders. This is Lou. And here's the serpent wrapped around the whole thing. There's the eye of the serpent. So that's me and Lou, Jonathan and Lou, licentious freedom in the Garden of Eden. How many people have them and their girlfriend in the Garden of Eden as a piece of artwork? It's like, you can't even think this stuff up. Then how many people have themselves and their girlfriend in the Garden of Eden and their girlfriend's name means licentious freedom? It's like, and how many people have a girlfriend named licentious freedom and it's actually in Romans? And the creature itself shall be delivered. Eleuthero is the word delivered from into the glorious liberty. Eleuthera, licentious or legitimate freedom of the sons of God. Because the sons of God, we have a choice. We have legitimate or licentious. We got cast into the licentious freedom world dominion, which is what we're in. That's called the flesh. Now everything makes sense, guys. This is phenomenal. Okay, so anyway, That's the picture right there. That's Eden. Now, real quick footnote. The night I got saved, I walked out of that alley, and what was in front of me? There's a big stained glass window of Jesus rising into heaven and Adam down in the garden. And I'm walking out of that alley with Lou with me the night I got saved. I had already done that piece of artwork years before. Yeah. That's so crazy. Anyway, let's go back. Here we go. That's a serpent. Consecrated potter's clay. I'm going to pause it for just a moment. Okay, I told you I plotted in my course. Yeah, I didn't. I just told Siri, take me to San Antonio, Texas. Isn't it odd that the route that shows me ending up doesn't say San Antonio? It says Victoria, like victory. It's like my home destination. Instead of saying San Antonio, says Victoria, which means victory. What are the odds? That's just impossible again. See, there it is. I screenshotted my cell phone. Okay, I want to pause it here because this is a caveat. Let me tell you something. When I was in Grand Junction, I prayed. I'm like, Lord, you really want me to wear my white skydiving outfit that says game over? It's not on my rear end, but it's right above my rear end, right at the small of my back. And I said, I don't want to be disrespectful in any way, or, I don't want to give the wrong impression ever. But you really want me to wear my white outfit? And the Lord said, yes. Let Michael wear one jumpsuit, give Cody the other jumpsuit, and you wear your white jumpsuit, which is that one right there. And that's the one he told me, go to the alley and document that I sent you down here. I'm just giving a testimony, guys. Same as I did the lambs. I told you the Lord told me, you have to go by the lamb's house. Do not go out to dinner. They wanted to take me to dinner, Thomas and Jory Lamb. They wanted to take me out and show me, at least like go treat me to lunch or something. They were very nice, very gracious. And I said, the Lord told me I have to go by your house. And I'm sorry, but that's what he said. Not that I wouldn't like to go to lunch somewhere cool in Las Vegas, but the Lord told me I have to go by your house. Well, now you know why, because look at their address, look at their gate code. It means mighty in strength and chosen, entering into the lambs, entering to Kingsbrook Court to go to the twin lamb house. By the way, the name Jory means to flow down like a river. You can't make this stuff up, folks. This is so impossible. You couldn't even think it up. So that's why the Lord told me I had to go to their house, because he knew that the address to their house, the gate code, their name, and the significance of entering into the gate, the gated community, like us entering back into our first estate, that it all had to be that way. So he made sure I didn't go meet him at some hotel. And I documented it before I ever went there, didn't I? Because when the Lord tells me to do something, I trust him. Amen. Isn't that cool? Here we go. So again, I had a little bit of trepidation about wearing these pants. I didn't want to have, something written, on my backside and offend anyone, but the Lord told me wear them. Okay, now let me tell you why you're seeing this image real quick. Today I prayed and I said, Lord, I don't feel like I know what to do. I mean, I'm going to show everybody the little videos I took on the way home from Grand Junction and give a testimony. But, can you just show me that this is actually really over? It's coming to an end really soon. Could you do that, Father, in a way that's like just supernatural to where I know it's you? And so that was my prayer. And then right from there, I walked over to one of my computer stations and I flipped on YouTube. I was going to check out my last video and see if I needed to clean up any comments. And when I did it, there's a guy on named Paul Joseph Watson. He used to be part of the Alex Jones thing. And when I looked up and I saw it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what that's all about. And I clicked on it, and as I was watching it, I almost turned it off because it was so disgusting. People licking ice cream and putting it back on the shelf. People it shows all these videos of people adulterating food in the grocery store. It's like a new trend, and just how society is breaking down. And I was like, this is freaking disgusting. And I heard the Lord say, keep watching. Well, in Grand Junction, I photographed a real estate company called The Vault. Look at the V and the A. Okay, look under the A. See those little dots? It represents like the twin tower type thing, the 2-in-1. But there's the right side up and upside down paradigm, the V and the A. Watch. See the V and the A? How they're drawn the same. One's right side up, one's upside down. And the reason it says vault is because that is a vault. That is the vault that you're caught in, the right side up, upside down system, just like the shirt I'm wearing, just like everything I do, right side up, upside down. That is the vault that you're caught in, which is the host body, which is right side up, upside down. So anyway, I photographed that in Grand Junction. Today, when I was saying, Lord, could you show me that it's time's up, like this gig is up and it's coming soon? I walked over and I immediately turned on a Paul Joseph Watson video. And Paul Watson says, and if an imminent harbinger of societal breakdown isn't people drinking bathwater from this girl named Belle Delphine. Yeah, Belle Delphine, like Belle, like a Southern belle. And then she spells her last name Delphine, Delphine. But that's not what it is. I know what it is. Belle, like Baal, like Beelzebub, Beelzephon, Belial, like Satan, Bel. And then if you speak other languages, you speak Italian or you speak Spanish, you know that Del, means of the, and fin is finish, end. Delphine means of the end. Belle Delphine, if you can see and understand cryptically what it is, it means Satan of the end, in the end. Now watch this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't want to call her a young lady because she's not a lady, but this girl, look at her. She's winking her eyes. She sticks out her tongue. Look at this. She's got game over written on her, and that's a V, but it's a rabbit head. It's also a rabbit head. So it makes a V. It's a rabbit head, like the breeding is over, game over. And look at the way she did her name. Diva, D-I-V-A. See the V and the A? See the way she did her V and A? Uh-huh. Take a look right here. See the V, see the A? Ready? Just like the vault in Grand Junction. See it? It's identical. So when I pulled this up and this young lady is selling her bathwater and people are drinking her bathwater because, guys, one thing that, kind of a disgusting thing that one of my friends told me that guys say, and I hadn't really heard this, that like, she's so hot, I would drink her bathwater. And so she's actually selling her bathwater. And people are buying it and drinking it. And she sold out of it in 48 hours. That's insane. But her name is Belle Delphine. I see through her little cryptology. It's Satan in the end. And that's it. Here it is. And so the Lord showed me game over. Well, what's on my skydiving thing? Game over. You can't even think this up. Game over, Belle. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Bell equals B-A-A-L. Del means of. Fiend means finish. But up here she spells it Belle Delphine. Okay, guys, anyone that's selling their bathwater to people to drink it, wearing their little onesie that says game over, just do the damn math. It doesn't take anyone with a big brain to figure this out. That is the puppet master of that young lady, which is Belle, saying, I won in the end. He didn't win. We won. They think they won. But no, I got news for you. You didn't win, guys. We won. All right, so here's the thing. Okay, guys, listen up. It's getting really dark in here. It's just like, wow, the sun went down. So anyway, so here's the thing. I'm just going to load this up so y'all can see this, all right? And then tomorrow, I'm going to produce the video with all the little clips. So you already know what you just watched. So when you see the little clips tomorrow, you'll be like, he documented it all before it ever even happened. It's all so prophetic. It's mind-boggling. All right, guys. Jesus is coming. Ready? Ready? Group hug. Yes. Yes. Thank you for all my hugs in Grand Junction. I love you guys. It's more of a connection, right? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. Awesome.